Hello, I am Chylli from channel Chylli, also known as Chai, and we are back with more depersonalization. Let it load in here really quickly, and we will get right back into our Curse Name module. Last time we got to the police station, and we need to recover some records that were left to us here. The game ever loads, dang. Glancing through the window, you take in the cluttered room. It looks more like a club room than a typical duty station, scattered with magazines, cards, and cigarette butts. Let's read that magazine really quickly here. Well, that was a bit of a waste, but that's alright with me. A poster seeking new recruits is pinned to the door of the police station, but the officer in the image has been defaced. Angry messages like "loser hangout" and "brain dead losers" are scrawled across the poster. Upon closer inspection, you notice that one officer's face almost seems to invite more altercations. A few quick strikes turn the police officer into something even more absurd. Satisfied with your work, you feel a brief sense of relief. What the heck are you doing? The officer overpowers you. In the end, you pay a hefty bail to convince him not to throw you in jail. That was only 100 funds. That wasn't really hefty. Alright, and let's head into the police station now. Hey, no outsiders allowed here. This officer left around here. He's out on a case. Do you need help with something? I'm a friend of Bruno. I'm here to pick up a few things for him. The police officer's expression immediately darkens at the mention of Bruno. He seems less interested in continuing the conversation. May I have a quick word with you, officer? The officer gives you a sharp, almost impatient look. He clears his throat and touches his pocket, a fleeting glint of cunning flashing in his eyes. Alright, I guess we gotta bribe him here. The police officer accepts your cash, appearing content. Could I get Bruno's stuff now? Sure thing, you're not just any random person. You're a helpful citizen who's been supporting the police. The mayor mentioned that citizens like you can oversee our operations. The officer seems satisfied as he pockets the friendship fee before continuing. Well, Bruno's always been obsessed with uncovering the truth. It's caused quite a bit of trouble for everyone, that's why it's not exactly popular around here. Oh, and just keep what I said between us. Anyway, it's best not to mention Bruno's name around here. He won't sit well with anyone. Got it. Anything else I should be aware of? Well, there was an incident here yesterday. A bunch of things went missing. Officer left to stash all the evidence in a safe place, including those Brunos. So be cautious, you don't want to be mistaken for a thief. Bruno is too inflexible in his methods. It's caused quite a bit of trouble for everyone, that's why it's not exactly popular around here. Okay, yeah, that's about the same thing. Steal their fire extinguisher so it burns down, apparently. Behave yourself. Let me go. Do you have any idea who I am? I'm Covender and Ben's most trusted associate. How dare you frame me? My boss will send his crew to tear this place down. Cut the crap. You're just a scum, nothing more. Do you think dropping Ben's name will scare me? Think again. Confess to your crimes and we'll have to judge to go easy on you. No, you cut the crap. I've never even been to that darn reindeer pub. And now you want me to confess to a murder? In your dreams. The police officer remains focused, trying to coax the thug into confessing to the murder at Reindeer Pub. As tension rises, the thug grows increasingly agitated, throwing signs of a potential breakout to attack the officer. Nothing in here right now. Our apologies, sir, but the Meow Nature character file folders have sold out, so I got you this one, Inquirer Colors. It's VC well, I think, since no people will have any idea you're a depersonalization player. And that puts your 90 investment in stealth to work. That's funny. Following the nameplate, you locate Bruno's desk. Upon opening the drawer, you find it empty. It seems the desk has been ransacked. Could there be a hidden compartment beneath this drawer? A sudden realization strikes you. You grab a pencil and find a ram-shaped hole beneath the drawer. Inserting the pencil tip lifts the bottom of the drawer. Found it. You open the hidden compartment and discover neatly erased documents on various subjects. Suspects. At the top, there's a letter signed by someone named Carter. Intrigued, you open the envelope and begin reading the letter. Dear Bruno, by the time you read this, I may not be around anymore. I'm reaching out to share my struggles with someone I trust. Person Day is a tangled web of power that smothers the powerless. It's becoming increasingly tough for the vulnerable to seek justice here. I tried talking to Mayor Patrick to expose the hidden truths, but all I got was the same old line. Wait. Wait for what? For the truth to reveal itself, or for the darkness to fade away? The police force is corrupted. Some officers have turned to gangs to ease their financial burdens. I've witnessed too much injustice and bias, all ignored by the authorities. However, as the sheriff of Cursenday, I can't turn a blind eye. I'll do whatever it takes to uncover these wrongs and bring criminals to justice. I'm willing to pay the price, even if it means sacrificing myself. Bruno, you're the most honorable person I know, with a heart of compassion and fairness. I trust that you'll continue fighting for what's just and shining a light in this town. Enclosed in this letter is a top-level search warrant. It's my final gift to you. When the time comes, I hope you'll use it to defend the innocent. And I must warn you, be cautious in your investigations. Many have already lost their lives, and I don't want you to be the next. Look out for yourself so you can look out for others. The day will break, and I hope you live to see it. Your partner, Carter. So this is what happened. Bruno hasn't woken up yet, and I'm still new to Cursenday. And someone has been obstructing Bruno's investigation. After some consideration, you come up with a plan to ensure the efficiency of your investigation as well as your safety. Looks like I should start my investigation in the weakest link of the case. Since Philip and Marcel's testimonies are crucial, I'll speak to them first. By the way, according to the guard at the entrance, Lutz has stashed all the evidence somewhere. Did he overlook this hidden spot? Or did he leave these documents here intentionally? Steal the dude's coffee and these handcuffs? Alright, let's see if we can head upstairs here. The whiteboard is cluttered with notes and timelines from long closed cases. In the corner, you notice a small section dedicated to the Reindeer Pub murder. Its placement feels almost like an afterthought, as if the case has already been set aside or deprioritized. And here we go into the archive room. Most of the files in the cabinet are labeled archived or closed, but one dossier in the top drawer catches your eye. It details the accidental death of Carter, the former sheriff of Cursenday. The report notes that Carter's partner at the time was Bruno. Flipping through the pages, you spot Bruno's handwriting. It's clear he took a deep interest in the case. In a recently updated document, you discover that the police have identified a suspect in the Reindeer Pub murder case. The police have identified a suspect, a low-level thug with no significant background, noted as one of Ben's associates. Strangely, the document offers no mention of concrete evidence. Seems that's all I can do here for now. Just as you step out of the police station, a sudden commotion comes from upstairs. Hey, what's going on? Why does the monitor keep going down? Oh, it's the same old issue. It'll be back up soon. What in the world? What if someone takes advantage of this and steals from us? A steal from a police station? Be serious. Who'd be dumb enough to try that? It's not like we can do anything about it. The mayor keeps boasting about social welfare increases, but guess he's paying for it. Us. Not even a Christmas bonus this year. If I'd known this was coming, should have taken that train job offer. Let us double check up here. Okay, I thought it might have saved or might have changed something, but never mind. We don't have enough time to go everywhere, I don't think. Two figures clad in black robes pass by, the pungent scent of alcohol trailing in their wake. Those robes, they're the same as the ones worn by the attackers last night. You watch as the black-robed figure disappears around the corner, wondering where they might be heading for. You trail the black-robed figures, keeping your distance as they slip into a concealed alley. As you enter the alley, you notice a weathered wooden door. Swiftly slipping into an alley, they disappear from your sight. This wooden door, cleared of snow around it, appears to be the entrance to the church's cellar. Need a key or a crowbar to get in there. The sign reads, "Water supply pipeline, no excavation." Help me. Suddenly, you hear a call for help from an unknown source. The voice seems to be seeking for help, but upon scanning the area, you see no one nearby. The stone platform seems vacant. Judging by its shape, it seems suitable for something with a round base. Seems I need a lantern there. The crate, covered in snow, has a lid tightly shut as if welded. After several unsuccessful attempts, you abandon trying to open it and instead gather intact parts from the surroundings. Two unclaimed packages nearby have blurred recipient names. Inside, you find compressed food in intact packaging. The crate appears relatively new compared to the surrounding clutter. Clearing the snow off the lid, you uncover some tools, how likely left behind by some careless worker. As they seem abandoned, you quickly inspect them and find a useful tool. Although the voice only sounds briefly, you manage to locate its origin. With no clues in the nearby clutter, only one suspicious location remains. The soil appears disturbed, as if something was hastily buried here. Carefully digging, you uncover a broken lamp quietly resting in the dirt. While the lamp's frame is significantly damaged, its inner structure remains intact. You attempt to light the lamp, but despite your efforts, nothing happens. You place the broken lamp in the center of the stone platform, and it's just the right size. However, nothing happens. Just as you were puzzled, a flicker of flame suddenly appears from inside the lamp. However, the flame is fleeting and vanishes within a split second. Seems like something is still missing. You retrieve the lamp. I have no idea what that is. The pulpit usually contains something useful, but nothing is on it currently. Looks like we can head up to the bell tower whenever we want to do that. At this moment, two brothers are fervently praying in the church. I know I give you a hard time always calling you a useless. But hey, you still been coming to the church with me for prayers. Despite everything, as your brother, I see some good in you. You know, I've been thinking about possibly changing my faith lately. Changing your faith? Do you think faith is like shopping at a supermarket? Pick and choose whenever you feel like it? Hold on, just listen to me. Father Constantine never says when I'll strike it rich. He just says it's not the right time. So why don't I just believe in a god who can make me wealthy? I spoke to someone from the East and they mentioned a wealth god who specializes in blessing people with riches. So if I pray to that god here, will he actually answer my prayers? If he weren't in a church, I might just throttle you right now. Hey, don't you want that god to rain money down on you? Have a chat with Father Constantine if you can. He's the one who rescued me from hopelessness and guided me towards serving the Lord. Talk to him and you'll find wisdom. You've earned the favor of the believer as he speaks fervently about the troubled first half of his life. You're truly a noble soul. Please accept this gift. This item represents my troubled past, but I believe you can use it for a greater purpose. I don't think I'll use it, but it's nice to have at least. It's Officer Bruno looking for me again. At this point, Marcel becomes anxious at the mention of Bruno. Don't fret, it's just me this time. Oh, alright, okay. You come here often to pray? Yeah, whenever there's no work, I'm here. It's the only spot where I can find peace through prayer. Marcel offers a praying gesture as he speaks. Then he looks at you sheepishly, scratching his head. Well, beside the sermons, the church offers free meals for those here as well. You know, one must fill their belly before spreading her message. About the case. You're bringing up the case again? Officer Bruno's suspicions have made things really tough for me. No one wants to hire me anymore. Oh, I'm not complaining about Officer Bruno. I'm just not sure how else I can assist you. I understand your struggle, Marcel. Have you been in any conflicts lately? Or can you think of anyone who might be envious or hostile toward you? How could a guy like me get into trouble with anyone? Hold on, now that you mention it. Could it be him? Who, have you recalled something? You know, it was a few days before the murder. I believe it was the 17th. I was strolling around Avenue B, Crescent Street, and there I spotted a man coming out of the sewers. Another day of setbacks, but hey, I still have some cash left for a drink. As long as you got a drink, things aren't all that bad. This cabin looks pretty beat up now, but it must have seen better days. When will I ever get to live in a place like this? Someone's still working at this hour? And then I brushed him off, but he wouldn't stop staring at me. Then I noticed he was suited up. And weirder still, most of his face was wrapped in bandages. So now the government's hiring disabled folk instead of dealing with us poor souls. The guy remained silent, just staring. I saw him glancing around to then edge closer to me. He was walking fast, and the way he peered at me from under his hat, I still can't shake it. The look he gave me, it was like I was a pig in its way to the slaughter. I wanted to run, but I felt like my legs were glued there, couldn't move an inch. I tried to yell, but no sound came out. Just as that guy got right in front of me. Hey, where do you think you're going? Head home, you drunkards. When a cop showed up, the man suddenly changed course and headed toward the suburbs. Now that I think about it, that guy could have been a gangster. Did I accidentally stumble upon them trading stolen goods or getting rid of a body? That seems like a promising lead. Could I be a target for those gangsters? Don't stress too much. That man might have just been some random drunkard. Your reassurance helps calm Marcel down. A man in a suit with a scarred face emerging from the sewers late at night. It might be worth investigating in my neighborhood. Thanks to God's grace, I've been released from jail. Now all I need to do is prove my innocence. There has to be someone here willing to give me a chance. Marcel muttered something to himself. I hope those incompetent cops actually do their job. Bruno wouldn't wrongfully arrest me again, will he? The door leading to the bell tower is locked, though the fanlight in the door, you smell the faint scent of alcohol wafting from the tower. Alright, let's break into the cellar now. Well, let's go into this mysterious room first. The tunnel reeks of foul odors, a mix of decay and rotting garbage. The head slips downward, hinting at an underground space at the end. After verifying your keepsake, the guard in black respectfully returns Ben's pistol to you. Welcome, dear guest. Hope you had a good time here. And we are now in the casino. You want something, you earn it at the table, fair and square. You know the rules here. The guard gives you a knowing smile. The table at the bottom left is open for a game. Head over there. While we don't promote violence, we're not exactly against it either. Splurging on blind boxes, not quite sure what I'd end up with. Food and drink. Got a few flowers and herbs. And some medicine. I imagine there's going to be 5 of them. Whoa, excuse me, was that just 148 ammo? A gun in a wheelchair. Why the sudden drop in price? Something seems fishy. Following the payment, a sudden wave of dizziness washes over you. The noise and chaos of the casino seem to fade into the background. Amidst the dizziness, faint chuckles echo in the distance. When you regain consciousness, a sense of gain and loss envelops you. Curiously, the bygone on the machine has vanished without its trace. In front of a gambling machine stands a disheartened gambler. No way, this can't be happening. How could the jackpot just slip by like that? Are you having some kind of trouble? Me? No, nothing at all. But there's definitely something off with this machine. I've had a 2 months worth of salary already, but where's my jackpot? Damn it! If the laws of probability hold true, it should have hit by now. Next time for sure. Lost and muttering, the man continues feeding chips into the machine before him. This place is a blast. Watching these losers lose it is quite the spectacle. Near the bar, you encounter a well-groomed young woman. She looks to be in her 20s, her refined demeanor standing out from the typical patrons. Leaning on the bar, she writes in a notebook. Once he notices your approach, he lets out a soft "ah" and meets your gaze. Hi there. You're not from around here, are you? No, just a tourist. Ah, I see. I'm an outsider too, a historian. Or trying to be one at least. I'm working on my humanity history thesis. She offers you a poised smile. You don't strike me as a typical gambler. What brings you to this place? Oh, I wanted to check something out. So here I am at the casino. About the history of this casino? Yeah, sort of. Actually, I'm digging up the history of the local gangs. Local gangs. The gangs of Cursonday have quite a story to tell. Different families have taken charge over the years. However, there's a gap in the records regarding the latest power shift. Doesn't that raise some red flags? Feels like they're trying to hide something big. Agreed. So you're trying to uncover the hidden truth? Yeah, but not quite exactly. I'm exploring the evolution of Cursonday in depth. And I need more details. Rumor has it the big shots from the gang sometimes visit this casino. That's why I've been hanging around here for days. Sounds interesting. Any breakthroughs yet? Yeah. I met a kind-hearted guy named Chylli. He mentioned that the town hall might hold crucial info about the gangs. It's on the second row, right bookshelf by the entrance. Oh, by the way, could you go there and confirm this for me? I'll stick around here for a bit longer. Maybe I'll stumble upon more juicy details. Yeah, I'll consider it. Cool. I'll stay here until they close up. Can't wait to hear what you find out. Got it. Should have borrowed some cash, missed out on all the fun. Damn, you think I'm gonna keep losing like this? Nobody leaves until I turn this around. Please, Tiger. You notice the attendant at the bar distributing free drinks. Apologies, dear guest. This place is taken now. Please check out the one on the left instead. Calm down. Let's bound to turn around on the next round, right? A gambler, his chips dwindling, murmurs to himself. The area offers an array of beverages. Each guest may enjoy a free drink. Why not give it a try? You down the drink in one go, feeling a surge of vitality. The attendant receives the emptied glass, rinses it clean, and refills it, waiting for the next guest. Apologies, dear guest. This table is taken now. After a game of billiards. 200 funds for a round, no haggling. Greetings, dear guests. Up for a game of cards? We've got 3 games lined up for you, and each round costs 100 funds. Win and you can walk away with chips and prizes. Biz, and well, better luck next time. Let us save our game again here. This is a card game here testing your visual acuity. The attendant presents 5 distinct cards, shuffling them face down on the table. Once the shuffle is done, you need to identify the suits and values of the first and second cards. You intently track the card movements, committing each to your memory. After the shuffle, you accurately discern the shapes and values of the first 2 cards. Nicely done, your observation skills are top-notch. Here's your prize, enjoy! Got ourselves 8 ammo. The attendant takes out a deck and deals the cards. In this variant poker game, players can draw any number of cards, attempting to maintain a total within a randomized range to win rewards. As you reveal your hand, the total points are close to the target number. Congratulations, dear guest, here's your prize. Come back next time for more fun. The attendant divides the cards into 2 stacks, one for you and the other into a machine. The game follows the classic big over small rule, and your objective is to deplete your hand before your opponent does. You meticulously derive your strategies and eventually emerge victorious. Congratulations, dear guest. The machine doesn't stand a chance against your skills. Let me save before we go into this game of billiards here. The billiard master nods and passes you the stick. You plan your moves meticulously. While not flawless, you manage to pocket all the balls within the limit. Amazing skills, my friend. Here's your prize. Alright, we got nothing really. Okay, the 100 some bullets were actually really good, but before we break into here, let's save. You rummage through the crate and discover a medical report among the stacked items. The report bears an entry ID D7024 on the cover, along with an address from France. One second. I think my cat's trying to get in my room. There we go. Apologies for the interruption. Most of the contents are obscured by the damp environment, yet the section detailing the illness remains legible. In moments of profound disappointment or despair, individuals often retreat into a state of internal isolation, cutting themselves off from the world. Individuals avoid forming deep connections. And I want to say apologies for that, my mic was messed up. In moments of profound disappointment or despair, individuals often retreat into a state of internal isolation, cutting themselves off from the world. These individuals avoid forming deep connections, keeping their interactions confined to a surface level. These symptoms can stem from significant setbacks or traumas in life, including the loss of a loved one, a major career setback, betrayal by someone close, or other devastating events. Additionally, you observe that the doctor has labeled this record under the name Byron. Whoa, what the hell? Before you looms a large wine barrel positioned vertically and nearly brushing against the ceiling. Hang on a second, let me check something really quickly here. Okay, since I made a cut there to fix my mic, it cut my recording, so I needed to make sure where exactly I was. Anyway, I think that's everything we can do for now at the church. Then let's head to the town hall. Rules for holiday vacation. Objects here can be borrowed on a self-service basis and must be returned within 5 days after the holiday. Please refrain from littering. Vandalism is strictly prohibited. This hall is monitored by surveillance. Offenders will be held accountable. Now this place looks like a library. The notice cautions about slippery surfaces. However, there's no visible water stains nearby, suggesting the fine was forgotten by the workers. Okay, this place is kinda big. Old newspapers lie scattered across the room, their pages yellowed with age. Most of them feature articles on Cursenday's unique customs and local happenings. Among the clutter, one clipping stands out concerning the folklore and legends of Cursenday. In the small town of Cursenday, there exists a legend about the winter curse. The legend tells of a winter goddess who resides in Cursenday's forests. She slumbers through spring, summer, and fall and awakens in winter to patrol the woods. If hunters enter the forest during her watch, they will incur her wrath and are doomed to suffer the winter curse. No matter where they flee, the goddess's messenger, her loyal brown bear, will track them down and tear them to pieces. As a result, it has become a tradition in Cursenday to avoid hunting in the forest during winter. A practice maintained since the town's earliest days. However, the younger generation now scoffs at this custom, and perhaps the legend of the winter curse will be lost along with them. Recently, Professor Lance, who came to Cursenday for scientific research, uncovered a scientific explanation behind the curse. According to his findings, local brown bears before hibernating not only gorge on meat to gain fat, but also consume hallucinogenic mushrooms that grow in nearby caves. After analyzing samples, Professor Lance concluded that these mushrooms induce a poison state in the bears, keeping them in deep slumber throughout the winter. By spring, the toxins would metabolize. However, if a bear awakens prematurely, it will become dangerously hungry and hallucinatory. Professor Lance also noted that the bears' bodies and feces emit a hallucinogenic gas which can affect humans, causing them to experience terrifying visions and engage in self-harm. In an interview, Professor Lance shared that he had asked a Cursenday elder how the curse might be broken. The elder explained that only through sincere repentance before a brown bear could one earn the goddess's forgiveness. Yet showing remorse before a creature that weighs several hundred pounds is no easy feat. Hang on, what did that unequip from me? Oh neat, we got another magazine here. Upon reaching the bookshelf, you find only rows of neatly arranged magazines. Are there really clues about the gangsters here? Upon closer inspection of the neatly stacked magazines, you notice something unusual. Although the arrangement suggests frequent borrowing, these magazines seem untouched, with some still in their original packaging. That means, after examining a few of them, you discover a hidden compartment within the bookshelf. Inside, you find a book titled Hidden Secrets of the Gang, but it looks like a novel. The novel tells the story of a fierce rivalry between two powerful families vying for dominance within a criminal organization. After suffering defeat in the power struggle, the leader of the Black Fist family unwilling to accept his loss, turns to dark forces in a desperate bid for unparalleled power. That night, blood is spilled as the reigning Golden Pistol family suffers heavy casualties, and the Black Fist seizes control. Yet, amidst the chaos, the young heir of the Golden Pistol family manages to escape. What follows is a tale of revenge as the young master hones his skills and, with his loyal companions, dismantles the Black Fist family piece by piece, ultimately reclaiming his family's honor and power. Hope this would help with your research. You take the book. On the shelf, you notice several technical manuals, many showing signs of frequent use. You select a book titled Innovative Crafting Methods for a closer look. What should be prepared before crafting something? First, gather the right tools, such as scissors, glue, rulers, and tweezers. Proper tools can make crafting much easier. Next, draw up an innovative plan. Creativity often requires expanding your horizons beyond your comfort zone. Consider going for a walk or reading craft magazines for inspiration. Finally, secure suitable molds and materials. Good materials are key to producing high-quality objects. We are currently working with professional material companies. For more information on materials, please contact us at the following number. Although the book hardly offers any practical tips, you still manage to gain some useful insight. The shelf contains numerous books on psychology, with a book titled Psychology in Life catching your attention. What makes psychology unique? There are many possible answers, and different people may respond in different ways. Broadly, psychology is the scientific study of individual behavior and mental processes. Individuals are often evaluated using various standards such as career success. Achieving success in a career requires more than just skills, abilities, and standardized test scores. While psychological testing scales can be an effective tool in some fields, they may lead to severe misconceptions for certain individuals. From this book, you have learned something new about psychology. This area of the town hall serves as a notice board for government announcements. Below the notice board, 2 shelves hold newspapers and magazines for public use. The posted notices currently call for public cooperation in various government projects. Due to the holiday, the board has not been updated recently, and the magazines and newspapers are all outdated. Nothing of value here. Alright, well, we are going to save it here. And that is where we're going to end this episode of Depersonalization. If you made it this far, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time when we continue into the Curse Day module. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye!